Hello to you and your homegirls. What's up? All right, today we're doing the eyeshadow project. We are going to be writing the names on the back of these magnetic pans so that I can throw away these unicards. Yes? Yes. So, sometimes I keep sleeves and sometimes I don't. It's a little bit annoying to take these palettes in and out of the sleeves, so we're gonna get rid of the sleeves. For this project, I'll be using a Sharpie. This is a twin tip. It has a fine tip and an ultra fine tip. We'll be obviously using the ultra fine tip, and it's purple, my favorite color. And usually we're in my bedroom. Today we're in my very humble office area, which is literally just a nook in my hallway. That's my plant. His name is Sean, and we love each other. All right, that's the first shade we're going to be starting out with. I love this Violetta palette. That's actually the shade that's all over my lid today. It's so pretty. Don't mind my makeup. It's nothing to look at. I just wanted to put this shade all over the lid today. And I'm going to show y'all here in a second that I don't think that the colors on the back of the package align with the shade. But in the camera, it kind of does. But in real life, it doesn't. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write the name of the palette on top of the pan, on the back of the pan. And then I'm going to write the shade name on the bottom. And that's what we're going to do here for this whole entire little video. That's our project. And I'm going to tell you all what each shade name means. This shade name is called Couperin, and he is a French music composer of the organ. I guess he does the harp too. Yeah, and there you go. I wrote on the top the name of the palette, and then on the bottom the shade name. So yeah, he is a French music composer. I guess he's from like a family of musicians because other people showed up. This is the second shade. This is my favorite shade in the palette. It's so freaking pretty. I'm gonna swatch it. I'm trying to see if I can see the shift. It is duochrome. It's so pretty. It's really pretty. This shade name is called Viseart. I'm gonna write the shade names in here. You'll be able to see it. But it means glass works, glass making, glassware. And it's appropriate name. The shade does look very like, I have iridescent glasses in my home, and it does kind of remind me of that. So that's that. I'm going to show you guys it here, staring at it. The lighting wasn't good. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it wasn't. What's you guys' handwriting like? Would you be able to write on the back of a tiny eyeshadow like this? I have very small handwriting, and I can cramp it, make it smaller if I need it to be. I was jamming. Alexa was going on my Spotify. This is such a pretty color as well. It's like a brown red. So delicious. A very beautiful, deep, rich wine color. And this one's called Châtelet. And it has various meanings. It could be an entry point to a castle. It's also a station in France, like a train station, travel station. And I think there's an area of France called Châtelet as well. Yep. And I got it all on there. So I'm starting to write VA on there for Viseart because next year I really want to get into singles and putting my own color stories together. And that's what I like about Viseart, is these magnetic pans. What a beautiful color. It's so pretty. This one's called Perchois, and it means a perch or a roost, a branch or a rod in a cage, in a bird cage. So a place where a bird perches or roosts. So a branch or a rod in a bird cage. And that's it. It's a really pretty color. And that is the Violetta palette. I love this. I actually, if you've seen my beauty haul where I bought these palettes, I was talking a lot of mess on Viseart. But the first palettes I had, I purchased from Macari. So I don't know if they're like old or not. But these ones, I can say the quality is a little better. I find them to be a bit more pigmented. Here I go to get some wipes to remove the swatches. I don't like to swatch, girl. I don't like to be covered in eyeshadow. BRB. All right, so while I'm doing that, I promise I'll be back with more makeup looks. Okay, we are back. We are now working on the neutral mattes. And if you're looking at that sticker on my face, it is a pimple patch. That pimple hurts so bad, and I hope that by tomorrow it is gone. So this is the neutral mattes. This is the main one that I wanted. I like this palette. It's cute. That pretty brown, I like it. This is a true neutral mattes palette. I was worried about this because you kind of see that orange, and I'm doing quotes. We'll get to it. And you think it leans warm. Nah, this is a true neutral palette. When I wear it, it is very neutral. So these ones are a little bit straightforward, a little bit more straightforward. Did I show y'all the shade? I didn't show y'all the shade. I'm so sorry y'all didn't put it up to the camera. But this one is called Cannelle. I knew what this one was without having to do my Googles. Pat on the back. Cannelle means cinnamon. And this palette, it goes by each row. It goes darkest to lightest. So this is the deepest shade, deepest in quotations, on the top row, which is the lightest of the palette. And I don't want to keep saying this, but it's a neutral light color. This second color is called beige. That's self-explanatory. It's a little that's not my definition of beige, but I guess we'll take it. Yeah, I feel beige to be lighter and to have a lot more white content than that. This one is called Pêche, which means peach. And this one too, I don't really agree with the name. It's not giving me peach, but okay. I think Cannelle, the first one, is a lot more peach than this one, but again, we'll take it. This one is called Ivoire, which means ivory, and she was messy in the back. This one's a little bit more spot on. This is giving ivory, white, self-explanatory. If you are impressed by my French pronunciation, fun fact, am Haitian American. So it comes a little bit natural. It's not too difficult for my tongue to do the things. Pause, don't take it the wrong way. All right, this next one is called Chocolate, and I'll take it. Not mad at it. The French pronunciation of chocolate is chocolat, but that's spelled different, and they spelled it just straight up chocolate. So I'm going to say chocolate, and it's pretty spot on. It's a good, rich, deep brown. I'll take it. All right, this one's called Brick, and it means brick. I can see this is a professional grade palette, and I see why Viseart, is meant for professionals and does these professional color stories, because, you look at that orange and you're like, oh, orange, it's leaning warm. But that's actually the color I use when I color correct. And it is a neutralizing color. So, mixing that in with a different color, Viseart is meant to mix, and you're supposed to tap into the different shades to make custom shades. That's the point. But you can do that with any eyeshadow palette. It doesn't have to be this one. You can mix and make your own colors with any eyeshadow palette. All right, this one's called Taupe, whatever. It's one of my favorite shades in the palette. I really like it. That's usually the type of shade I go for in my crease. As a transition, it's really pretty. I do not believe that is taupe. That is not taupe. That's just not taupe. But again, this is what these people decided to name these shades, and I guess that's what it is. All right, this next one is called Cafe. That's self-explanatory, coffee. It doesn't really look like that. It looks like a coffee with way too much milk in it. It's not saturated enough to be any sort of coffee that registers in my mind color-wise. But again, we'll take it. All right, we're getting into one of the major selling points of this palette for me is the black. This black is called Carbon, and I bought this palette because I felt like Viseart doesn't go dark enough. Like, Viseart is not pigmented enough, and I really wanted to test this black out. Yes, I did. I wore it. Maybe I'll post a picture. It's pigmented. The black works. So I take back all that little insinuation to Viseart doesn't work. It works. I do think it's a little bit overhyped though. This next shade is called Souris, and that means mouse in French. And that's also another selling point. I love gray eyeshadow. It looks really, really good on me. And my neutral undertone, I love gray. And this one's a really nice pigmented one. I'll try to post a picture of a look with using that one too. That was the first one I went for. This next one is called Cendre, and that means ash. And I guess it is giving ash. It's next to the gray, so I guess it's supposed to be like a mixture of the black and the gray, or a brown and a gray. It's not really giving ash, but again, we'll take it. And we've made it to the last shade, and I don't really know the pronunciation of this. This one's Noisette. It means hazelnut, and it's pretty. It's pretty, and I'll give it hazelnut. Baby spell check was working overtime. She did not want me to write down these French words, honey. She wanted to correct. But that's it for this video. This was a really good project for me. Again, I'm really gonna get into singles next year, and I think this is a good base for that. A good first step for that. These neutral mattes are gonna come in handy. Good core browns and grays and blacks to start off with. And I'll definitely be back to break down palettes and create DIY singles. Stay tuned for that. I'm definitely going to be back with this angle again for planning, because I am a planner girly. I know you see those planners. I'll be back. I love y'all. Bye.